Knee pain is becoming a problem for people at younger and younger ages, and we're going to show you how to prevent yourself from a knee replacement down the road. First thing we got to do is we got to check your knees. We're going to do that with a 5-inch wall test. So what you do is you put 5 inches, you put your foot 5 inches away from the wall, and then you try to reach forward and try to tap that knee to the wall. Now you can see I'm measuring the distance there on my left leg. So you want to get a measurement on your left leg, and then you want to do the same thing for your right leg. So measure both sides and jot down how close you got on both sides, because we're going to retest this at the end of this stretching session. And careful you don't let your heel pop up off the ground and cheat like I'm doing right here. All right, so there's step number 1. We got to see where we're at. Step number 2 is we have to stretch. We have to stretch out all the areas around our knee that are going to cause pain. So we're going to start off by doing a calf smash. You're going to need a lacrosse ball, maybe something like a block to elevate that ball. And what you're going to do is you're going to put that bad boy right on the back of your calf, right on the meaty part, not down low on your Achilles tendon. That's going to hurt for a different reason. We want to smash out that muscle. So this is going to have a direct effect on how your knee performs. Now, what you can see me doing is I'm slapping my foot 5 times, and then I'm going to rotate my foot in big circles 5 times each direction. So that's what you guys are going to want to do. Make sure you get both calves. If you need a little bit more sauce to this recipe, then put that other foot on top of that leg and then do the same thing. 5 flicks with your foot and then big rotations with your feet in both directions. So counterclockwise and clockwise, 5 big rotations. Now, if you don't have a lacrosse ball, you can always use a foam roller. On a foam roller, the easy way, if you have really, really tight calves, you're probably going to feel this just like that. No pressure on the leg or anything. Same thing, 5 slaps. Now, if you need a little bit more pressure, you can drape that other leg across the top and then rock left and right. Now, this is a little bit more aggressive, but if you have tight calves, this is something that you're going to want to lean into. It's not going to feel super good, and this is the next progression. Pick your butt up off the ground. But the more aggressive you can get with it now, the more relief you're going to get down the road. Go ahead and pause the video and do 2 minutes on each calf. The next stretch in our lineup is an anterior tibialis smash. So this bass drummer's muscle. So every time you pick up your foot, this little muscle balls up right there off to the side of your shin. You're gonna put your lacrosse ball right on top of that thing, and then you're gonna hug it into your chest as hard as you can. I mean, really get into it. Same thing, flick your foot 5 times, and then rotate it in each direction. Big, big circles 5 times in each direction. So if you don't have a lacrosse ball, another option is to use your foam roller, and you're going to smash out that whole side that I'm showing you right there, just off to the side of your shin, not right on top of it. So you can see I'm turning my foot in slightly, and I'm just going to roll my shin across that foam roller. So this is option 1. Now, if you can stomach that, go ahead and get your body weight over your hands and basically do this mountain climber position, and same thing, and just steamroll right over the top of that anterior tibialis. And if you're feeling particularly saucy, put your entire body weight over that thing and then just smash, smash, smash that muscle. Go ahead and do 2 minutes each side. Now we're going to move up the leg, and we're going to work some of those muscles that can really pull that knee hard. This is called a kneeling kettlebell stretch. The kettlebell is just to help keep your chest upright. What you want to do is you want to squeeze your butt cheeks, you want to push your hips forward, and then push that knee off to the side, very much like our 5-inch wall test that we did for our screen. So we're just trying to push that knee as far forward as we can. Think about it like this. Your knee should be going the same direction that your toes are pointing. So here I am showing you from a different angle. I'm going to pick that kettlebell up. I'm going to squeeze my butt cheeks. I'm going to make sure my chest is up nice and tall. And then I'm literally just going to shift laterally over to the side. And I'm just going to try to force a stretch out of my ankle, my calf, and then on the inside of my leg, which is called your adductor. So go ahead. If you don't have a kettlebell, just use anything that'll help you stay upright. And we're going to go ahead and do 2 minutes each side. This next stretch is pretty much the meat and potatoes for a lot of people's knee pain, the quad smash. We do a lot of sitting, and these bad boys get real tight. So step 1, if you got a foam roller, roll over both your quads. Now, if that hurts, you're just going to want to stay there. If it doesn't hurt super bad, then what you're going to do is drape that other leg across, so you're only doing one leg at a time, and we're just trying to steamroll from the top of our knee basically to your hip. Now, another option, if you have really, really tight quads, is just to put that foam roller in one spot and then just bend the knee and then straighten it out. Bend the knee and straighten it out. And then you just want to move up and down your quad and find those tender spots. You can do both legs at the same time as well. Nothing wrong with that. The idea is we're trying to just loosen up some of those tissues. Just move up the leg a little bit, bend the knee, all that good stuff. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, but you have a lacrosse ball, then what you're gonna wanna do is grab that lacrosse ball and put it right there in the middle of your quad, and same thing, bend the knee, straighten it back out. Now, this is going to be more aggressive, but here's the thing. This is going to give you a lot more benefit faster. Now, I'll forewarn you, this will not feel good, especially if you know you have tight quads. However, acute pain now for chronic relief later. So go ahead and choose the option that's best for you and make sure that you get it as aggressive with this as you can stomach. Don't make yourself throw up or anything, but try to choose an option that's challenging for you. And you can see here what I'm doing. I'm just moving that ball around my leg. I'm kind of going to the inside of my quad, the outside of my quad. This is all just ways to help loosen that muscle up. Now, if you have a kettlebell and you really, really want to get after it and you want to see some effects fast, this is the way to do it. But again, this is challenging and it's going to make you sweat. So choose the one that's appropriate for you. And if you don't have any of these implements, just get creative. Use something that's firm that you can put your quad on top of. I want you guys to go ahead and do 2 minutes on each quad. Go. The IT band. That's the spot that I'm showing you right there. It's just the side of your leg, basically where your seam goes on your pants. This one is gonna get you pretty fired up. So if you have really tight IT band, drape that other foot across the top. That way you can dictate how much pressure you have on that foam roller. You're gonna go from the top of your knee basically to your pockets. A lot of people are tight here, so be sure that you choose the appropriate level of intensity for you. If that doesn't feel too bad, put that other leg up just around the other one and just go ahead and rock back and forth just like that. Ideally, we're gonna be able to do this and it's gonna feel nothing more than just a foam roller smashing at our leg. But at the get-go, it's probably gonna feel pretty aggressive. So start slow and work your way up to more aggressive. Now, if you really need some help here, a lacrosse ball in that spot is gonna do the trick. Now I want you guys to go ahead and pause the video and do 2 minutes on each IT band. We've done our stretches. The next part of this equation is to activate the muscles that are supposed to be protecting your knee, and that is your glutes. This is called a prone hip extension. You're gonna bend your knee to a 90-degree angle and then punch that heel up into the ceiling. How high your leg gets is not the goal. The goal is to, whenever you pick that knee up off the ground, your butt cheek is absolutely on fire. So I'm on my right leg. I wanna make sure that my right leg or my right glute feels that. Now, here I'm showing you it's not important to get your leg up as high as you can. See how my leg is not quite at a 90-degree angle? You're gonna feel it in your glutes, but we wanna make sure we get as much bang for our buck as possible, and that comes from that 90-degree angle. I want you guys to pause the video and do 5-second holds, 5-second rest, 10 times on each leg. Make it happen. The second activation exercise we're gonna do is a glute bridge. The whole purpose of this is to get both butt cheeks to fire at the same time. So you should feel it in the same spot as that prone hip extension on both sides. I want you guys to go ahead and do 10 rounds, 5 seconds hold at the top, very aggressive, and then a 5-second rest at the bottom. Pause the video, get your 10 rounds in. We've gone through our stretches, we've gone through our activation. The third part of this equation to preventing knee pain and knee replacement is to integrate those muscles that you just woke up into a larger movement pattern. We're gonna do that by using a split squat. So the idea is to get down there to the bottom, keeping your chest up so that your shoulders, hips, and knee are all in one line the entire time, and then come out of the bottom using your butt cheeks. What I want you guys to do is 30 reps on each leg. You can break it up however you need to. Don't worry about trying to bang them all out in one shot. Break it up. Do a few on your right leg, a few on your left leg, but the whole goal is to make sure your butt is doing the work for you. Now, if you are still pretty stinking tight, you may not get your knee all the way down. That's fine. Do what you can. Just make sure that your shoulder, hip, and knee are all in one line the entire time. Go ahead and pause the video, get 30 reps on each leg. Our last integration exercise is one of the most important things you can do to make sure you prevent knee replacement and knee pain in general. And this is a hip hinge. Stick your butt back and squeeze your glutes to make sure you're coming up to the top. Don't come up with your lower back, come up with your butt cheeks. I want you guys to do 40 reps here. Pause the video, knock out those reps. We've gone through our stretch, activation, and integration to help make your knees healthier. So now it's time to retest, get back into that 5-inch wall sit and see if you are better, same, or worse. Gang, knees end up going bad because there are muscles on the front side of our body that are too tight and muscles on the back side of our body that aren't working well enough. So going through this 3-step process, stretch, activate, integrate, is going to help you prevent yourself from a knee replacement down the road. If this helped you, be sure to share the video with a friend that needs this and be sure to smash that subscribe button. Thanks, we'll see you on the next video.